In the exploration of the universe and consciousness, several profound concepts arise, each providing a unique perspective on the nature of existence and awareness. This video discusses 5 key topics. What is the infinite awareness? AUM, the primordial sound and its significance. The causal world, the realm of pure thought. The astral world, an ethereal realm of light and energy. And the physical world, the objectified dreams of awareness. These topics delve into the depths of spiritual understanding, offering insights into the fundamental nature of reality and the interconnectedness of different realms of existence. By examining these themes, we can gain a greater appreciation of the vast and intricate tapestry of consciousness and the universe. The infinite awareness, sometimes known as Brahman. This Brahman doesn't have any form at all. It's a pure awareness that free from any conditioning. From this infinite awareness, everything is existing, everything will be merged, and from where everything was born. It exists without divisibility. It is one all-pervading awareness. In simple words, it is like an infinite being which is variously designated as Atma, Brahman, Truth, etc. by the wise to facilitate communication and dialogue. Then, in this all-pervading awareness, there arises a primordial notion or thought or sound in the infinite. Ancient Hindu called this primordial sound as AUM. AUM is like a first thought arisen in the infinite awareness. It is like a wave in the calm ocean. However, keep in mind that just as a gold bracelet is only a bracelet, and while gold alone does not constitute a bracelet, neither does a bracelet exist in isolation from gold or any other metal. Similarly, AUM sound or thought is not distinct from the infinite awareness. AUM is the same awareness but limited by notion. From this AUM sound, other creation came into existence. The AUM sound being the cause of this manifold creation, and in reality it has no physical body. The creation too is truly of the nature of sound or thought without materiality. Sri Yukteswar, Guru of Paramhansa Yogananda, said, God encased the human soul successively in 3 bodies: the idea or causal body, the subtle or astral body, which is seat of man's mental and emotional natures, and the gross physical body. On earth, a man is equipped with his physical senses. An astral being works with his consciousness and feelings, and a body made of ethereal particles or lifetrons. A causal-bodied being remains in the blissful realm of ideas. My work is with those astral beings who are preparing to enter the causal world. A throbbing emerged in the area of infinite awareness, which was the location where the sound or concept of AUM had stretched out as far as the cosmos. The pulsation of the AUM sound brought into being a variety of subtle bodies that were individualized and made up of the consciousness of all various creatures. All of these entities were made up of nothing but sound or thought. But they mistakenly felt that that appearance was real. This was because they had forgotten their actual nature, which is pure awareness that is devoid of any concept of sound or thought at all. On the other hand, this appearance, which was thus falsely perceived to be real, resulted in actual outcomes or repercussions, much as the experience of sexual pleasure in a dream does. Even though these individualized awarenesses do not possess a physical body, they provide the impression of having a physical body in the objective universe. The individualized consciousness is essentially pure awareness or intelligence, and inside this pure awareness, there are a variety of distinct thoughts or sounds that may be found. Unlike sounds or ideas, pure awareness is devoid of any preconceived conceptions. Nonetheless, it is susceptible to misunderstanding. As a result, it seems to come into existence or originates, despite the fact that he does not truly come into being. It is these living things of individualized consciousness who are responsible for the sustenance of the entire universe. And each thought that is generated by these intelligent beings gives origin to a new form. Despite the fact that all of these forms are ultimately of the nature of pure awareness or intelligence, these beings of awareness freeze into the physical forms due to the fact that they forget their true nature and the concept of physical forms. This is similar to how goblins, despite the fact that they are formless, are perceived to have forms due to the perceiver's delusion. Such an illusion is not something that can be experienced by the realized individualized consciousness. Because of this, they are always of a spiritual character rather than a materialistic kind. The individualized consciousness that has been realized is spiritual, and even so, his creation is in fact pure awareness in its most fundamental form. This creation has no underlying reason. As a result, it is fundamentally pure consciousness, just as these entities are formed from pure awareness. The physicality of the production is like to the castle in the air. It is an illusory projection of one's own individualized consciousness, which is fictitious. Consequently, these realized beings live as pure intelligence, and their conscious thoughts are his body. These many concepts of thought are elements that are inherent in the consciousness that is pure. There is an intrinsic quality to the individualized consciousness that is the object of perception. As a result, this primordial causal world comes into being. The individualized consciousness who live in causal world does not have any material or ethereal forms in spite of their existence. They are an individualized consciousness that occupies their body made from thoughts only, and their mind serves as their body. In its most fundamental form, human beings are characterized by their individualized consciousness. The causal world is very subtle and complex. In fact, a causal entity is capable of doing everything that a human being is capable of doing in their imagination. However, creatures who exist in the realm of causality have a far larger degree of liberty and are able to easily transform their thoughts into immediate reality. They are not constrained by any material or astral obstructions or karmic constraints. In the universe of causality, souls identify one another as separate points of joyful spirit. The only things that surround them are their thought things that they see. Beings that are causal believe that the distinction between their bodies and their thoughts is nothing more than an illusion. Causal beings are able to see, hear, feel, taste, and touch via the strength of their thoughts alone. They have the ability to make anything or dissolve it through the force of their cosmic mind. Thought is the place where both death and rebirth occur in the universe of causality. A great number of entities continue to exist in the causal universe for thousands of years. After experiencing more profound ecstasies, the soul that has been liberated will next detach itself from the little causal body and put on the immensity of the causal universe. In the ever-joyous sea of bliss, all of the distinct waves of thoughts, as well as the specific waves of power, love, will, joy, peace, intuition, tranquility, self-control, and focus dissolve into one another. The soul is no longer required to feel its delight as an isolated wave of consciousness. Rather, it is merged in the one limitless awareness. From 35 notions which exists in the causal world as ideas only, then later 19 out of 35 notions create the subtle world made from particles of light, or popularly known as lifetrons. According to Paramhansa Yogananda, lifetrons are a concept related to the idea of the particles of light, or the subtle energy that pervades the universe. Yogananda describes lifetrons as the vital life energy or life force that animates all living beings and is the fundamental building block of life. In his teachings, particularly in Autobiography of a Yogi, Yogananda explains that lifetrons are finer than atoms and electrons and are the subtle divine forces that sustain the physical body and all its functions. He suggests that these particles of light are the bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, playing a crucial role in the manifestation of life and consciousness. Lifetrons are thought to be imbued with divine intelligence and consciousness, making them more than just physical particles. They are seen as carriers of prana, or vital energy, which is essential for sustaining life and spiritual evolution. In Yogananda's view, understanding and harnessing the power of lifetrons can lead to greater spiritual awareness, health, and harmony. Paramhansa Yogananda said, "The astral world is a world of exceptional beauty with landscapes, architecture, and forms that are far more bright and colorful than anything that can be seen on Earth. The atmosphere in the astral world is filled with a feeling of harmony and tranquility, and the colors are more vibrant and bright than in the physical world. The astral world is a domain of light and energy, in contrast to the physical world, which is constrained by the restrictions of matter. In this realm, thoughts and feelings have a more direct and immediate influence on the environment around them. It is stated that individuals who live in the astral world have astral bodies, which are composed of particles of light or lifetrons. Instantaneous travel, telepathy, and the manifestation of thoughts into forms are just some of the things that these astral beings are capable of doing. They are not susceptible to deterioration and are able to do feats that are impossible in the physical plane. The communication that takes place in the astral world is often telepathic, and the entities who inhabit there are able to quickly comprehend the thoughts and feelings of one another. Every level or plane in the astral world corresponds to a distinct degree of awareness and a particular stage of spiritual growth. The astral world is split into several levels. Lower levels are closer in vibration to the physical world, whereas higher planes are inhabited by creatures who have achieved a higher level of spiritual and spiritual development. As a result of their spiritual development, moral traits, and karmic obligations, souls go through various realms in a sequential order. The astral world is not a final destination. Rather, it is a transient residence for spirits who are making their way towards higher spiritual realms. Astral world inhabitants may be divided into two categories: those who are permanent and those who are transient. After physical death, those individuals who still have earthly karma to dispose of and who are consequently required to re-inhabit a gross physical body in order to settle their karmic obligations may be categorized as temporary visitors to the astral world rather than as permanent inhabitants of the astral realm. After astral death, beings with unredeemed earthly karma are not allowed to go to the high causal sphere of cosmic creation. Instead, they are required to travel only via the physical bodies of 16 gross elements and the bottom section of the astral realms. After the death of his physical body, however, an underdeveloped being from the earth continues to spend the most of his time in the profound lethargy of death sleep. He is rarely aware of the lovely astral realm that surrounds him. Once the astral rest is complete, the individual in question will return to the material plane in order to continue his education. Astral entities have the ability to influence their bodies via the use of mantric vibrations or lifetronic power. It is possible to think of the astral body as a perfect replica of the previous physical form. During their previous stay on Earth, astral beings keep the same look that they had when they were younger. However, there are times when certain astral beings opt to keep their appearance of old age. In contrast to the spatial, three-dimensional physical world that can only be seen via the five senses, the astral spheres may be perceived by the sixth sense or third eye, which encompasses intuition by its very definition. All astral creatures are able to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch via the use of their intuitive feelings alone. Two of their eyes are partially closed, yet they have three eyes overall. Openness may be seen in the third and primary astral eye, which is located vertically on the forehead. Despite the fact that astral beings possess all of the external sensory organs, including the ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin, they make use of their intuitive sense to feel sensations via any part of the body. For example, they are able to see through the skin, the nose, or the ears. It is possible for them to taste via the skin or the ears, and they are able to hear through the eyes or the tongue, among other senses. Man's physical body is exposed to countless dangers and is easily hurt. The ethereal astral body may occasionally be cut or bruised, but is healed at once by mere willing. The 19 elements of astral body are intelligence, ego or ahankara, or identity, feeling, memories. 5 instruments of knowledge, the subtle counterparts of the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. 5 instruments of action, the mental correspondence for the executive abilities: procreate, excrete, talk, walk, exercise, manual skill. 5 instruments of life force or prana, those empowered to perform the crystallizing, assimilating, eliminating, metabolizing, circulating functions of the body. This subtle astral encasement of 19 elements survives the death of the physical body, which is made of 16 gross metallic and non-metallic elements. The individualized awareness thought out different notions within himself and projected them into dreams. The individualized consciousness is the source of the fixed, objectified dreams that make up the physical world. Disease and health, pain and pleasure, loss and gain are all examples of the many dualities that are always present on Earth. When it comes to three-dimensional matter, human beings encounter both limitations and opposition. Death occurs when a man's will to life is seriously disrupted by sickness or other reasons. The heavy coating of the body is momentarily shed. Death is the result of this. The soul, on the other hand, continues to be contained inside the astral and causal bodies. The desire that binds all three bodies together is the drive that allows them to remain together. The core of all man's enslavement is the power that comes from wants that are not satisfied. Desires that are physical have their origins in egotism and pleasures of the senses. In comparison to the desire force that is associated with astral attachments or causal perceptions, the compulsion or temptation that is associated with sensory experience is rather strong. However, it is important to keep in mind that all of these concepts are present in the infinite consciousness, which is always free from all of these concepts. After emerging from the cocoon of the three bodies, a soul is able to break free from the constraints of the law of relativity irrevocably and transform into the indescribable, ever-existent. Observe the butterfly of omnipresence, which has its wings engraved with the constellations of the sun, moon, and stars. Intoxicated with its ecstasy of delight in God's dream of cosmic creation, the soul that has expanded into spirit continues to exist in isolation inside the zone of lightless light, darkless darkness, and thoughtless thinking. When an individual spirit is finally able to emerge from the three jars of corporeal illusions, even though it loses its identity, it merges with the infinite and becomes one with it. In order to emerge from his three bodies, the underdeveloped man must first go through an infinite number of incarnations, including those that are earthly, astral, and causal. It is possible for a master who has attained this ultimate freedom to choose to either return to Earth as a prophet in order to lead other human beings back to the infinite, or he may opt to remain in the astral universe. At such location, a rescuer takes on a portion of the karma that the occupants have accumulated, so assisting them in breaking the cycle of reincarnation that they have been experiencing in the astral cosmos and moving on to the causal realms permanently. A liberated soul may also enter the realm of causality in order to assist its beings in reducing the amount of time they spend in the causal body and, as a result, achieving absolute freedom. In conclusion, in our exploration of the infinite awareness and its manifold expressions, we have traversed through profound realms of understanding that illuminate the essence of existence. Beginning with Brahman, the ultimate reality that transcends all forms, we recognize it as the unconditioned, all-pervading awareness from which everything emanates and ultimately returns. The primordial sound of AUM, arising from this infinite awareness, serves as the foundational vibration that gives birth to the universe, symbolizing the interconnectedness of all creation. The causal world, a realm of pure thought and sound, reveals the limitless potential of consciousness, where beings of pure intelligence manifest their realities through thought alone. This subtle plane underscores the power of the mind and the fluidity of existence beyond material constraints. Similarly, the astral world, an ethereal realm of light and energy, offers a dynamic and vibrant experience where thoughts and emotions directly shape reality, and beings communicate and interact with an immediacy that transcends physical limitations. Finally, the physical world, the most tangible and material realm, presents the dualities and challenges that spur spiritual growth and realization. It is here that the soul, bound by the desires and limitations of physical existence, strives to transcend and attain higher states of consciousness. The journey through the physical world is a crucial step in the soul's evolution, leading ultimately to the realization of its true nature and the infinite awareness from which it originated. Through these interconnected realms, we gain a comprehensive understanding of the nature of reality, consciousness, and existence. Each realm, with its unique characteristics and lessons, contributes to the soul's journey towards ultimate freedom and enlightenment. By delving into these profound concepts, we deepen our appreciation of the intricate tapestry of the universe and the boundless potential of our own awareness. This holistic perspective enriches our spiritual understanding and guides us towards a greater realization of the unity and interconnectedness of all things. And that brings us to the end of our journey, exploring the infinite awareness and the realms it manifests. I hope you found this exploration as enlightening and inspiring as I did. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family who might also be interested in these profound topics.